166, 167, 100... 166, 167, 68, 69, 170.
Jude, how much longer are you going to be?
Only 730 to go.
Oh, come home. I miss you.
I miss you too.
Kissy, kissy.
Kissy, kissy.
Oh, darling, can't you stop now?
I can't, I promised.
But I can't bear to think of you stuck here in this Alcatraz of bad taste.
Well, at least it's warm in here.
Is Mrs. Bunny being horrible to her Mr. Squirrel?
Well, you said you were going to mend Mr. Window.
I was going to. I bought Mr. Window a nice new pane of glass. I left it by the garage and went to get my putty. But when I came back, some Mr. Thieving basket had nicked it. I'll have to get another pane tomorrow. I had to patch up Mr. Window with the Watford Gazette.
Oh, Steve, what will people say? Couldn't you have used the Financial Times? Don't eat that. It's out of a packet.
Oh. I mean, look at it. Do you ever wonder what it must be like being them?
Imagine waking up every day and seeing that wallpaper.
Oh.
Do you know she's even got a porcelain ballerina in the loo? I mean, no one could ever accuse me of being a snob, but they are common.
Thank God we're not like them. They eke out an existence in this strange twilight world of cake mix and self-assembly furniture.
Whilst we have an asparagus steamer.
Monogrammed luggage.
A fax machine.
Personal pension plan.
Rag-rolled walls.
Membership of the Watford Round Table.
And next year, you could be treasurer.
Oh, Mrs. Bunny.
Oh, Mr. Squirrel.
Hey, what's going on? Do you mind? We're trying to get some sleep.
Jude, what are you doing out of the kitchen?
Oh, I see. Is Mrs. Bunny after Mr. Squirrel's nuts? Kissy, kissy, kissy.
Well, Ted, since you're here, perhaps I can have another word about that bilious dwarf you call your son. He has built 2 snowmen on my front lawn.
So?
So, come and have a look. How often have you seen 2 snowmen doing that? You're supposed to use the carrot for the nose.
Steve, it's the snowman's right to choose.
I'm reaching the end of my tether, Ted. Obscene ice sculptures on my lawn, broken windows. My house is freezing, and the cold is not good for my claret.
Steve, calm down, calm down. Look, I know we've had our ups and downs, mate, and I do respect your point of view, but... Well, before you go, can I give you a word of advice?
No.
Ow! Stop my arm! Ow! It's very slippy underfoot.
Steve, no! How rude. And she hasn't even finished the cakes. Well, I'm going to bed. It's Nicky's career day tomorrow, and I must get my beauty sleep.
In that case, I'll set the alarm for the next millennium.
Dad, why are you doing this? I had a French test today.
Because for once in your life, I want you to see what your dad does all day long. There. That's better. This is great, isn't it?
Remind me about this lesson that I'm never going to forget. Because I already know how to go to the toilet.
It's about responsibility, son. You see, you can't go through life asking for money and not doing anything to earn it. No, your mother's already cornered the market in that. I just want to show you where the money comes from. Remember that 18-stone woman who bounced in here about an hour ago?
The one that looked like Pavarotti?
No, the one without a beard. Aye. You see, that was a £20 sale, which is a solid £1.25 for me. Oh, after tax, national insurance, and your mum, well, I've just earned myself a cool 5 pence. I never worked that out before. What the hell am I doing? Anyway, this isn't about me, it's about you. I mean, you're living in a time of great opportunity for a bright lad like you. The possibilities are endless. 5 pence? Is that what I make? Why am I bothering doing this?
Dad.
Yeah, right. No, you see, it's time you learnt responsibility and 5 pence. And that you realise that your old dad isn't just a human cash dispenser who doles out money anytime someone asks.
Excuse me, could you spare some change for the tube?
Absolutely, yeah. Actually, the tubes are quite dangerous. Why don't I call you a cab?
Great. And who might you be?
Oh, I might be the son of a rich gentleman, but fate stepped in and dealt me a tragic hand.
In fact, why don't I be your chauffeur?
I'm sorry I had to ask, but would you believe it? I lost my handbag.
Right. Well, let's retrace your steps, shall we? Let's go right back to your shower this morning. What were you wearing?
Well, nothing.
Brilliant. What kind of soap were you using?
Dad, can I speak to you for a moment, please?
I'm with a customer.
Oh, I don't get it. I lose a jacket, I get a lecture. She loses a handbag, she gets a chauffeur. Why am I the one that has to learn about responsibility and she doesn't?
Son, look at that. When you've got that kind of talent, you don't need responsibility. Hey, I've got an idea.
Yeah, me too.
Now, it's obvious you're not going to learn anything by looking at me.
I'm not looking at you.
Then at least listen and don't block my view. Son, you're going to do what I did when I was a boy. You are going to become Watford's favourite freelance gardener. Yes. All that weeding and digging is quite relaxing on a nice warm day.
Dad, it's below freezing.
Then why are we both sweating?
All right, who's next to try lifting the wallet out of the trousers? OK, Susan, you try. No. Use your right hand to lift. The left is to hold the pillow over his face.
Mum, remote control question over here.
That's it, Jenny. Spread out. There should be no room at all for your husband to sit down. So he has to go into the kitchen, at which point you say...
Make me a cup of tea, darling.
Good. But whine more. Really whine. OK.
What if your husband is watching something stupid like sport and he has the remote control?
Ah, an advanced question. Now, this requires forward planning. As I explained in my section about how to use the TV guide, when you fold down the pages of what you want to see, scan at the same time for those nasty sporting events that can kill your evening. That day, set the telly to the channel you want, then remove the batteries from the remote control. Most men will only punch a remote, 4 times before they give up? And they won't get up to change the channel manually because they're too tired from work. Dr. Thomas.
What about meals? How do they get done?
Hello? Do you deliver?
So, what you're saying is work is stupid?
Well, just for women. I mean, why should we age, sweat and die young? That's what men are for.
What a role model.
Can you believe that astronaut? 40 years old and she didn't know who Oprah was.
Spend some time on Earth, lady.
You know, Mum, when I grow up, I want to be just like you. I want to do nothing. I want to be nothing.
Oh, Nikki, that's so sweet of you. I wish your father could hear you say that.
What are they doing out there? It must be -5.
What happened to Lee?
He's just a bit grumpy. He spent 3 hours tidying up someone's garden and all he got for it was 20 pence. 20 pence, that's 4 shoe sales. Anyway, you let that be a lesson to you. You lose your jacket and you seize up with the cold. Just sit down there and melt.
Thanks, Dad. You're the greatest.
What's that? I said it was slippy underfoot.
We just came round to tell you that today someone in your family finally did something good and provided us with enough money to replace our window.
You got money out of Lee?
No, Nikki. Steve won the sweepstake.
3 out of 100 in your maths test. Well done.
I know I did so much better this time.
So you see, Ted, I win. Brain beats brawn. And Charles Darwin is proved right once again as man triumphs over ape. But never mind. There's a slim chance that one day you'll evolve into a creature like me, so you've got something to look forward to.
No sign of a thaw.
Right. Shopping.
And we're going to need some change for the parking meter.
Oh, 20p. Perfect.
Thanks, Lee.
Well, I think you've learned a valuable lesson. Look at you. You're cold, you're hungry, you're beginning to stoop. You earned a pittance, and the women took it. Congratulations, Lee. Today, you are a man.